Hey guys, Banana Luck here and welcome back to another Watcher of Realms video. We're back with a hero feature on Jeera, who is coming this weekend with Prateus on the Ancient Banner. And this is going to be another Arbiter unit, who's also a Northerner. And if we look at the event notice, you're going to see right here, lots of summoning events. We'll talk about that in another video, which ones should you summon on. There's the 1+1, the normal 2x rates, as well as the nascent event, which the last one happened not too far ago. So looks like they're just milking the anniversary event as much as they can. And then we have the ancient one with Prateus, and then the new hero Jeera. So she's a fighter. So we're gonna head over here and look at her kit, and you can see her talent, first of all, increases max HP by 30%. Higher the current HP percentage, higher the hero's vulnerability, up to 30%. And if we look at her stats here, it's pretty nuts. 31k, that's probably one of the highest HP fighters out there, and 6.3k attack. That's very nice as well. Attack interval 2.6 seconds. And it's a bit funky, like vulnerability here. I would think that it's more damage that she takes, but it's gonna make sense as you take a look at her damage because there's some counter attack as you see in her hero description kit here. So first of all, basic attack is just physical damage, 120% to one enemy. And the first passive, for every 3 basic attacks, the fourth one will deal 150% damage, along with defense penetrating damage equals to 100% of the total damage that the hero has taken previously. Accumulated damage taken will be reset once it takes effect, and it will not exceed 150% of the hero's max HP. So this damage goes all the way up to 200%. I'm guessing just the fourth attack thing. And then the defense penetrating is just a return. And obviously that's going to scale depending on the HP. If we just take 31,000 here, you add that 30%, it's going to be about 40,000 of this defense penetrating damage. So that's pretty neat. And that's every 4 attacks. So you're going to be getting it quite frequently. And then second passive inflicts retribution on enemies, and the caster receives 30% more damage from units inflicted with retribution. And then when she's attacking them, deals additional damage equals to 2% of her max HP. And all damage received from the enemies not inflicted with retribution is reduced by 20%. So basically, if you have 2 units hitting her at the same time, if let's say one of them is not marked with retribution, then you're going to take less damage. And switching targets removes retribution inflicted on the previous target. So that means there can only be one at any point in time. And this damage reduction increases up to 30%, and then the damage that she deals additionally goes up to 4%. And you can see lots of HP inbuilt into a kit as part of her damage. But it's not going to be as sketchy as what we see in someone like Gluttony, where they just say that damage scales off HP. This one is very specific, 4% of a max HP. So if we look at this again, 4% is going to be about 1.6k if we just take a look at her base stats without any increments. And then onto her ultimate, when activated, restores 75% of HP immediately, and during the skill effect, increases max HP by 60% when maxed out, and then damage dealt increases all the way to 175, but attack interval also goes up to 30%. And all this lasts for 20 seconds, and the effect will be permanent upon the second activation. Very similar to Abomination. So I was chatting with a few other folks on Discord talking about Jeera. She has really good stats, and HP wise, this is also pretty nuts. It depends on how it scales. So we just take a look at her kit here. It just shows that HP will go up to 90%, and if we add that all up together, you're gonna foresee about 60,000 damage on her counter attacks pretty easily. Sorry, 90,000 actually, because that's 150% of her max HP. And it's gonna be pretty useful, I think, maybe in Samura, because the boss does drop that rock from time to time, right? And Jeera being the highest HP unit there, with her ultimate activated, you can foresee those big defense penetration damage coming through. But all this is in theory. We had Uridin, which sounded incredible, but was pretty ass when he actually came onto the server. So that's a kit. Very interesting. I do like that they are not making it like Gluttony, where HP scaling is just very ambiguous as to what it means. This one is pretty clear cut. The counter attack can counter attack as much as 150% of max HP, so that can go up to 90k, depending on the stats that you have on her. And then this one, that's going to be 4%. So 90k, 4%, that's going to be about 3.6k. And we take a look at Awakenings. Dealing damage to enemies will consume 1 stack of Radiant Erosion on them to deal additional damage equals to 4% of the hero's max HP and inflict stun. Stun-wise, it's going to be 1 second. Nothing too crazy, but that's A1, that's normal. Then 300 increase in attack makes sense. Her base attack is really freaking insane, so they're not gonna slap a multiplier on it. And once HP drops below 25%, gains a shield equals to 100% of max HP for 15 seconds and can be triggered 1 time per deployment. So this just goes back to her Northerner side of things, having shields as a part of the kit. And then extra penetration, so just extra damage coming up from her. And when an enemy is inflicted with retribution for more than 5 seconds, increases damage dealt to this enemy by 15%. Can foresee her being really good in Samura, just on the kit alone with that defense penetrating one. And this will definitely happen in Guild Boss or Samura content, because there's only going to be one target for them to, inflict retribution on. So it doesn't sound like Awakenings wise it's too crazy. 1 and 2 sounds a lot like just defensive kits. This one has a bit of stun, and then don't really like the idea of consuming Radiant Erosion because not many units can inflict it, and Jeera herself doesn't have any Radiant Erosion in her kit. And A5 is nice, but we see this in a lot of other units in way earlier Awakenings. For example, I think Arrogance has this 15% to extra damage to burning units, if I'm not wrong. Let's just have a look. Yeah, there we go. 15% extra damage to targets inflicted with burning. And this is more versatile because lots of other units do burning. Whereas in Jeera's case, it's going to be her and her alone. So 15% doesn't sound that crazy, to be honest. So a normal kit though, that's looking pretty great. Personally, I think not many people are going to be specifically going for her. Most people are going to be eyeing after the Prateus, but she is a normal unit. She's not a lot, so I probably do stand a chance in getting her anyways. And yeah, I mean, I'm probably still going to go summon for her. And more importantly, for that chance to get Prateus. Her arena boost is just increased damage, not a cost reduction, but sending cost, that's not too bad. I think most Praetor's lineups already use Siren for some form of cost generation, so that's completely fine. And I don't really like the 1 tower range though, especially for Northerner. It means that you can't place a defender in front of her. So it's just a very normal fighter range. But her kit is looking pretty good in terms of tankiness. Can foresee her tanking up really well if you get some nice HP bonus substats in her, DPS gears. Could go like extra 100% HP bonus, and depending on how this all scales up, like do the talent apply after she gets her item bonuses, her HP could get pretty nuts. Could be like 120k or something just from that. So yeah, that's Jeera. Obviously coming with Praetus. Praetus is going to be the more sought after unit. But we'll see when, maybe some CCs start testing her in certain content. if she's actually that great. And we'll personally also summon for her, see if we can get her and test her out. But I think she really needs Arbiters to shine because Northerners is still a bit lacking in terms of like DPS. I think she could be a really good pseudo fighter slash defender because as it stands right now, we don't actually have any defenders in. Okay, we do have Constance, but yeah, Constance is in no way a tank, so Jeera could work for that, but of course we'll only find out when she comes. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. If you're gonna ask me if you should summon, obviously go nuts on it because there's Prateus in this banner. But yeah, if you have any questions, leave it down in the comment section below, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.